Hello people, how's it going? You alright? Yeah, I want to do a slightly different vid. I got some comments come through about some of my videos, and I might just do one comment for now and sort through the rest of them and see which ones I want to reply to. But I feel this one, it does need a video reply. I was just gonna reply to the comment as you would do normally, but I think this one deserves a video because it's a little bit weird, right? Right. This is a comment from. Sorry, I've just got to have some hot chocolate, not tea, hot chocolate. Got to have a cuppa. That's good. Sorry, no, that went down the wrong way. Okay, right, I'm good. Okay, this is from a guy called Ross Pearson. Ross, I think that's a Scottish name. It could be Scottish. I don't know. It could be, but anyway, this is from Mr. Pearson, right? And he says, he's made a comment on. I did a video on my Seiko Prospex Divers watch, and this is what he says. He says, "You're completely missing the point. The box is not and should never be the selling point of a watch." Okay, let me just address that. For starters, when I do a video, and whenever I've sold watches, I've never, ever, ever, ever made the box out to be some kind of selling point. But actually, it is. It's actually quite important in terms of customer service. And secondly, it's important in terms of protection for the watch. Not every watch is one of these. Not every watch is a G-Shock, okay? Now, I can chuck this one around however I like, and nothing's going to happen to it. But this one, I really wouldn't want to do that with. I mean, it can take a bit of a beating, and I have clipped it against the side of doors and door handles. I've got metal door handles, and I've spanked it on the side of that. And it is a tough old watch, but you know, when we're talking about retail distribution, and that's something I probably know a lot more about than this Ross Pearson. I mean, I'm sure he's a nice guy and all that, but you know, people need to think about what they're talking about before making comments and stuff like that. When you're dealing with retail distribution, well, I mean, take this box for instance. Okay, this is from my Seconda, okay, and it's a better quality box than a cardboard piece of crud that came with this, right? And this watch is like 10 times the price, nearly. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? Anyway, he goes on to say, the fact that you're paying over £200 for the Seiko, right, and it's coming in cardboard, means the money is all going into the watch itself, not the packaging. Well, valid point, but I think, Ross, you didn't think about the fact that Seiko missed a huge opportunity there to inject a little bit more customer service into the whole thing, right? And by providing a half decent box, I mean, they could have done just that. They could have done something like that, even something a little bit better than that, And I'm telling you right now that this box probably costs Seconda next to nothing at all. So it's not all going on the watch. So it's not, the money isn't going on the box, right? At all. This probably cost about £3 to sort of £5 to produce. Nothing at all. Absolutely nothing at all. When you're selling a watch, right, for £200 or £500 or £800 or something like that, right, you can afford to give away a £5 box. Something to protect the watch. Alright? Now, quite clearly, he didn't think about that. Obviously, the guy knows nothing about retail distribution. Let me just clue you into how retail distribution works, just very briefly. I worked for 48 companies, probably 20 different retailers. I've sold watches, I've sold sports equipment, I've sold mobile phones. And watches and mobile phones are damageable items, and they can be easily damaged. So putting it in a box like this is not a mistake. In fact, it's a very, very good thing. And Seiko could have done that, but they didn't want to. That's a little bit puzzling. It's like Timex not producing very accurate watches. I mean, the watches are good quality in terms of they're right beaters, and you can smack them around and stuff like that, and they're probably going to be absolutely fine. But they could make them more accurate, but they don't. I don't get that. I just don't get it from a customer point of view. I don't get it. So, yeah, my answer to your question, Ross, is no, the money isn't all. The money should be going into the watch, absolutely, but it costs very little to produce something like this. Something that is going to protect the watch, that's being delivered either to the retailer or directly to the customer. So that's my answer to that one. Okay, let's carry on reading here. He then goes on to. I think he's watched one of my other videos here because he comments about Hugo Boss, and I own a Hugo Boss watch, so I imagine he's seen that video. And he says, I'd be more annoyed that Hugo Boss is charging me £200 and I'm clearly spending a chunk of that money on a box. So he says it again. He's already said it once, but now he's said it again. It seems like this guy has got a bit of an issue with shelling out a few quid for a box. Why would you be worried about shelling out a few quid for a box, Ross? Why? And why did you turn it into a quite clearly a conflict post? I mean, that's what you've done. Personally, I don't think it's necessary to go there. But anyway, he quite clearly has some issues surrounding either my video or watch boxes in general. I must admit, no watch box has ever caused me any offence. I'm not quite sure what this guy's beef is all about, but he's obviously got a few issues going on, you know what I mean? But anyway, that's this guy, Ross Pearson. I didn't visit his account. I had no wish to. But anyway, that's that guy. What I'll do. It's coming up to 10 minutes now. I'll leave that. I won't add another snippet into this one. And I should hopefully whack up another video soon. So thanks very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Thank you.